Yeah,
right?
Arden sings on a couple songs. Yeah, she sounds great. That was fun because she was born around the time where I first started, like literally like maybe a month or two after the first record came out. So it's a fun benchmark.
This one's called In Your Ocean. I've been closing my eyes, coming back to life, and I cry when my heart is only broken. Praying for dry ground, though I only wanna drown. When I find myself swimming in your ocean, I've been pining for light. When the moon is full and bright, you can laugh, but I take it as a token. Praying for dry ground, though I only wanna drown. When I find myself swimming in your ocean, first it's where you bend and why you're in the way. Never what you want, but how much you can take. Lonely wave toward the shore, lonely flowers singing for this lonely world, this lonely world. So I name what I lost, whether really lost or not, and I keep making for a door that isn't open. Praying for dry ground, though I only wanna drown. When I find myself swimming in your ocean, First it's all you want, then it's all that you can take. Never who you'll be, but when you're gonna break. Lonely horses running through, lonely flowers calling to their lonely world, their lonely worlds. You can die where you stand, try to land the best you can. You'll wander off any path you might have chosen. If it sounds too severe, like thunder disappears, we all learn what we will about devotion. When we make for dry ground, though we really ought to drown. All these leaves, they keep sinking in slow motion. I don't wanna be saved. How I wish you felt the same when I find myself swimming in your ocean. When I find myself swimming in your ocean.
Julie Slater, 88.5, the SoCal Sound, here with Sam Beam from Iron and Wine. One of my favorite beardos. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks, Julie. It's great to be here.
Just to give you some backstories, so I used to host, at this station that I'm on now, I used to host a weekend show called Out on a Limb. And every week I would play a beard of the day. So you got a lot of airplay being a great beard.
Was I ever the beard of the day?
Of course you were.
What day?
Yeah, all the time. And I had a website and everything. I used to go and like find bearded people and get their bios and put them on. What do you think? You were probably way ahead of the curve. What do you think drew you to the beard life?
Pure laziness. That's what it is. Yeah, just embracing doing nothing all day with my face. No, I just don't like to shave.
Yeah.
And so when I started doing music and didn't have a real job, just said, never again.
It fit right in?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, we've got a brand new record. It's not even out yet we've got our pretty little paws on this.
There it is.
You are here before the release, Hen's Teeth. Let me just show some of the gorgeous, You were talking about how you do a lot of your own artwork.
Yeah.
So you want to explain a little bit how this all came together while I show this beautiful vinyl?
There it is. Look at
I
that.
love a beautifully colored vinyl.
There's some kind of Brazilian tropicalia kind of influence to some of the songs, and so I just thought it would be fun to do something a little more floral, and I'd never done a red record cover, so, you know, it just needed to be red.
It seems like a change in time with the red. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very symbolic.
It's of the now. Of the now.
How about the feathers? I'm a got a little feather tattoo, big
Yeah,
crow
yeah.
fan.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are the symbolism for you for feathers on this?
You know, it's just a surrealistic kind of portrait. I don't know, I just think it's fun. Some of the music, the lyrics, they have a sort of surreal flavor to them, so I think it's fun to echo that in the artwork too. Yeah.
And you're did one daughter or more? You have five daughters. This guy's got. That's a handful.
Yeah, they would help me out. We made the cover. I have a little art studio, mess making space, and so yeah, they helped out. One of my daughter Ruth is a makeup artist in New York, so she helped me out with the red. She also helped me out taking it off. It's just
Yeah,
not,
to put red
it's
all
just
over your
not as
face.
easy.
And one of your daughters sings on the record as well.
Yeah,
right?
Arden sings on a couple songs. Yeah, she sounds great. That was fun because she was born around the time where I first started, like literally like maybe a month or two after the first record came out. So it's a fun benchmark.
And that must be pretty neat to be working with your kids. You know,
Yeah.
now they're growing up and you're doing all this artwork with them.
Totally, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
How did you first know? Is she, of all your 5 kids, like how many are they all creative?
Oh, yeah, you know, in different ways. One of my daughters in cooking school, so she gets her stuff out that way. And yeah, they all sing and make, you know, some went to art school, and they're all a bit older now. But
Did
yeah.
you guys sit around a campfire and kind of sing songs?
I hate camping.
Really? With the beard and everything? You're really letting the beard life down.
I guess so. Maybe they're letting me down.
Let's talk about the title of. I love reading about hen's teeth. I had never.
Oh, sure.
I had never heard the phrase like that's as scarce as hen's teeth.
Yeah.
Because
Rare as hen's teeth. Yeah.
Hen's teeth don't exist. How did you?
I mean, I
Was it
didn't make
something
it
that
up.
sat in your brain for a while?
Yeah, you know, you have these running lists of weird things that people say. When you hear something like that, you sort of put it in your pocket and hopefully find a place to use it someday. Yeah, and it sounds like an Iron and Wine record, you know?
That's true.
And so it seemed too good to pass up.
All right, this one's called Singin Saw. Something's missing, though I know that I'm still looking at the only place it ever used to be. Something's heavier than ever, something I was always counted on to carry fairly easily. Something I believe forever's talking to me in a way today that I don't understand. Something's flying right behind me. Something else has started falling from the palm of my hand. Days walk by like they don't know who you are. My flat tire won't roll away. My broken window's full of light anyway. My runaway dog has a new singing saw, they say. La 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 la. time it takes to do whatever I've been told that I should try to do. Something tells me I gave away too much. It's something I probably ought to hold on to. Days walk by like they don't know where to go. My flat tire won't roll away. My broken window's full of light anyway. My runaway dog has a new singing saw, they say. La
Okay, quick YouTube moment here. If you're watching this and thinking, wow, I love that we get to see artists like this up close, I just want you to know this doesn't happen by accident. The SoCal Sound is listener supported. That means people who love music decide it's worth keeping around. Community amplified isn't just something we say. It's literally how all of this works. You support the station supports all of these artists, and then we get moments like this. If you've ever found a new favorite band here, or just appreciate that this space exists, consider becoming a member and donating to the SoCal Sound. It really does make a difference, and we are so grateful that you're here. If you would like to make a donation and join the community of passionate music fans, music lovers, you can find a link to the SoCal Sound in the description below. Thank you. You have, on this record, you also work with I'm With Her, who just won.
Yeah.
It was very exciting. They just won a Grammy for Best Folk Album. How did that collaboration come together?
Well, we had, I'd met them all individually. We ended up on like a bunch of different, these like tribute concerts and things where you sing other people's songs and stuff. And so we were all familiar, and I'm a huge fan. And so we had some tour dates coming up, like in the next couple of months, and I was in the studio and thought it would be fun to have, because I knew we had the show dates coming up, it'd be fun to have like something to sing, something that we had made, that we weren't just covering each other's songs or doing cover songs or whatever. We had our own music to make, and so luckily they said yes, and they're so pro. It's amazing. They're so good.
Yeah, they sound really great on the record. As does your daughter, sings on a few songs as well.
Yeah, Arden. It's fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Now, what about, I've read that this is a kind of a Hen's Teeth is a companion to Light Verse. So is that like the lighter version and this is the,
the heavier,
the darker side of Sam Beam?
In a way, I mean, it definitely has a little bit more teeth. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but I did. Yeah, we recorded. Yeah, exactly.
You recorded in LA, right?
Yeah, in Laurel Canyon, not too far. With my friend Dave Way, he has a studio at his house in Laurel Canyon, and they were all recorded about the same time. We had like a couple sessions over the course of about a year. Most of the Light Verse songs were done in the first session, but some of these were done in that too. So, I mean, we definitely had enough to do like a double record, but I don't know. I'm not
decided to separate
I'm not a big double record fan, and so I like short records, and so I had mercy on everyone and decided to piecemeal it out, and also gave me a chance to develop like the I'm With Her songs and do stuff a little bit later and add them.
How did that change things for you recording in Laurel Canyon? I always love just knowing about, your atmosphere of where you're recording. Laurel Canyon has all that history of music from the 70s and Jim Morrison walking around.
Jim Morrison, there's a lot of history there. I went there because Fiona Apple and I share a couple band members, and so they had recorded a bunch of her stuff with Dave, and I was excited to go, and I thought her record sounded great, and Dave's work sounded great. Also, Eddie Van Halen used to live down the hill from Dave, and he said you could hear him practicing a lot of guitar notes and stuff in the air. So there's a lot of musical music in the air around there. It's fun.
All right, this one's called Grace Notes. When I was wandering anywhere I could, far beyond the riverbank, deeper than the woods, where my naked eye said I'm gonna find you. The night sky was nothing but stars. When it's all I can manage despite how I try, when somebody's looking where I like to hide, I remember the moon while I swim along the bottom. When I trust you, it isn't too hard. When I could give away everything I had, leave a whole dream in a brown paper bag. When the time went by, it said, man, that was easy, like honey was laid in my hand. When I lie to myself, or I'm honest at best, or tell my whole story till none of it's left. When the sun goes down like promises matter, when that's something I understand. When the ghost I like to deny has haunted me all of my life, singing all its songs in my corners and cobwebs, I let them follow me home. There's so many homes that I've known, so many lives that love has given me, grace notes with meat on the bone. When I was being it, whatever it was, so brave or broken, but only just enough. When my self-respect cackled, what were you thinking, till it walked off the edge of the world. When I kiss on a stone like they all roll away, I call upon my demons when I don't want to play. When I think of a cost, like light from a diamond, like freedom, feeling a pearl. When the garden I water with tears is beautiful this time of year, and all the blossoms fall when their petals get heavy, I let them follow me home. There's so many homes that I've known, so many lives that love has given me, grace notes with meat on the bone. Ghost you like to deny haunts you the rest of your life. When I would say it, though no one was around, or cry like some children at a carnival clown. Forever was a word, a name in the sidewalk, the wind blowing open a door. When I make what I'm missing or claim what I stole, when I live like I'm digging just for filling in a hole, when I lose so much I just burst into laughter like someone who knows what it's for. When the day I pray never comes, presses me under its thumb, when all this water flows and every wave makes an ocean, I let them follow me home. There's so many homes that I've known, so many lives that love has given me, grace notes with meat on the bone.
And where are other, like, how was it compared to other places? Like, where else have you recorded?
All over New York, Nashville, lots of Chicago, lots of places. You know, at the end of the day, you're in a studio. It's not like you're like,
Out in the woods.
yeah, yeah,
I really wanted to like picture you in the woods recording on your guitar while you're camping.
yeah, strumming it with my beard.
What about, I just recently saw you this past summer play at the Mountain Winery in Saratoga, which is this
Oh, yeah.
beautiful venue off the mountains.
Gorgeous.
But you also, you play with, I think you may have had an all-female band. You play with a lot of women. So you're also surrounded at home with 5 daughters. Is that a choice? Like, what led you to that?
Sometimes.
I mean, they're all such fantastic. It was a very,
Yeah, they're incredible
surround
musicians.
yourself.
Yeah, Katie Ernst, Abby Swidler, Beth Goodfellow, they're fantastic. I like, and they all sing their asses off. It's amazing. They play so well and they're singing at the same time. I just think it's fun to. One, it's economical. You have to hire like a backing vocal thing. You know, it's just fun. It just makes for a. It sounds like a cult almost.
yeah, a little bit. I can
But
see you
the-
as a cult leader. You
Totally,
just need a robe
totally.
of some sort.
Totally. Yeah, I'm certainly accustomed to the energy, you know, surrounded by women most of the time. But I also think it's nice, you know, just to have a well-rounded experience. I did a lot of touring with a bunch of dudes, and dudes talk about what dudes talk about.
Yeah.
I like the balance of having males and females and everything in between.
You've done a couple cover records with Ben Bridwell from Band of Horses.
Yeah.
Big fan as well.
Yeah, he's incredible.
It was fun to see you guys play. You guys played together at the Mountain Winery,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I just want to say, your vocals with
thanks.
Ben Bridwell, it's just
Thank
it's
you.
very gorgeous. What made you
It's fun.
guys come up with another covers record?
Well, we did a covers record about 10 years ago, and you know, we try to stay in touch, and so we had talked about doing like a song or two, and then we got in the studio and just turned into more because it's fun.
How about what made you choose Luther, which ended up winning
That was his
Record of the
idea.
Year?
I
Andrew
know,
Lamar.
that was his idea. I think it's one that, you know, he and his family were there into, and he just brought it in and was like, yeah, let's try it. Let's see what happens. It's one of his favorite songs. And then it became like a month or so later after we did it, it was like #1, and then it was like the Super Bowl. They played on the Super
yeah.
Bowl, and it like blew up. And it was like,
So
wow,
maybe Ben
okay.
should be doing A&R.
I know, I guess
on the
so.
side,
Season
picking
to
hits and that.
Season to the future. He's got the.
You're going to be playing. You're playing. I always want to call it the Bob Barker. It's Bob.
Yeah,
Bob,
yeah.
Is it Parker?
Bob Baker.
Oh,
yeah.
Bob Baker Marionette Theater. So you're
Yeah.
playing tonight.
That's right.
Have you played there before? And will there be puppetry? It's
There will be puppets. It's
There will be.
marionette children's theater historically, and now I'm not sure what all they do with it, but. I
Did
think
you have to
can
do a
rent it
lot of
out.
rehearsals with puppetry?
No, we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna
Oh.
improvise. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. You're not afraid. You're ready to go for it.
You know, what could go wrong?
Well, I'm looking forward to that. What's next for you? Now that the record, by the time this comes out, the record,
Yeah.
Hen's Teeth, will be out.
Yeah.
What's in store?
Next week, when it comes out next week, I'll be in Australia playing some concerts, and I'll be back in a month, and then we go on tour on like Midwest, East Coast stuff about a month after that, and then we'll be back on the West Coast in the fall, playing some shows.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you live. Well, I'm going to come to the show tonight, so I'm looking
awesome.
forward to it. Thanks for being a tremendous beard and an inspiration to all bearded people out there. I hope it's not too much pressure that, you got to keep the beard forever.
No pressure, no pressure. Well, I mean, if I did need to go into a witness protection program, it wouldn't be very hard.
I know, just zip, zip, zip.
Stay in my own house, probably.
Well, thank you, Sam Beam, Iron and Wine. Thank you for coming by. And the new album is Hen's Teeth. And we're looking forward to more shows.
Thanks a lot. Thanks so much.
I love that we get to share moments like this with you. If you're into discovering artists up close like this, hit subscribe. That way you won't miss the next one. And trust me, you're going to want to watch what's coming up next.